Let's go Dynamo, y'all. Hello everyone, Rochelle here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with you all today. All right, I am so very excited because I am going to be participating in my very first Stephen West MKAL. And I'm sure a lot of y'all are familiar with the MKAL. I think this is like the 15th year or something like that. And I don't know. Like this year, I just really wanted to challenge myself with knitting, and I feel like I am ready to do so. So yes, I am definitely looking forward to the challenge of this ginormous shawl. And it's fun because I don't know what the shawl is going to look like. Not a clue. So I'll know by the end of it, I tell you that. So yeah, I don't know. Some of the designs over the last year have been a little interesting. But y'all, there has been some that I really like. And so, yeah, it's just been nice to look at past projects of what people have made for the MKAL and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's been a lot of fun. What's interesting is I am not much of a shawl wearer. I have really wide shoulders. And so a lot of times when I make shawls, they slip off and things like that. But according to Steven, this is going to be a huge shawl. So I'm hoping that it'll kind of like wrap around me almost like a blanket, but we'll see. And so, and I'm hoping that I actually finish it. I have heard some people like they start off making it and they lose steam because they didn't like where the clues were going, or maybe they didn't like their color combinations or whatever. But yeah, we'll see about that. But what's really cool is after purchasing the pattern, Steven did send out an intro page, and that intro page had a lot of details on how to pick out the yarn and how much yarn, and how to choose your contrasting color and your matching color and all of that good stuff. And I do have my yarn here to share with you all. Now, each clue is released on each Thursday of October. I am already behind, but I will talk about that later. But yeah, it comes out every Thursday. And yeah, so the shawl calls for a fingering weight yarn. And so you'll need 200 grams of each color. But what's cool is that this year's shawl only requires 2 colors, and I think that's very different from like some of the past shawls. So it only requires 2 skeins of yarn, and basically you need a main color and a contrasting color. And so I will show them to you all. And according to the pattern, you will need 1,572 yards. And in meters, that is 1,440. So you will need that. And you need at least 786 yards, or 720 meters of each skein. And so also he's having the mohair dare, and I'm going to show you all my mohair dare as well. And it's this yarn. And so this is yarn that I dyed myself, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's talk about the main and the contrasting colors. Let's see if I can do this without knocking everything down. And also for this pattern, it's going to call for a US 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter knitting needle, and it will require a 40-inch cable. I think I'm going to be okay on the cable because with the Chiaogu, both of my points are 5 inches and my cable is 30. So hopefully that will give me the 40 inches that I need. But if it gets to a point where he has like 500 stitches or something on the cable, then I have put I think it's a 50-inch cable, I think. I don't know. I have put in a backup cable in my Amazon cart if I need it. So yes, if I need it, but we'll see. But anyway, let's talk about these colors. All right, so the first, well, they're all Cascade Heritage. And all right, so you go here and you go over there. So of course you all, like, I went purple. I tried to be different and I was like, girl, who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? Like, you know you want purple. Come on. But anyway, so this is Heritage Yarn. It's by Cascade Yarn. It is their sock base, and it's 75% merino superwash wool and 25% nylon. And each skein is, let's see, each skein is 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, 430 yards, 400 meters. And that goes for both the contrasting and the main color. Now, in terms of the color, it only has the number on here. So I had to look up what that was. Let's see, did I write it down? Ah, yes, I did. So this color here is dark plum. And this color here is mauve or mauve mist. And then, as I mentioned, I am going to do the mohair dare, and I'm going to add this color here. I dyed this yarn, and yeah, I think it's going to be beautiful. And so these colors are going to look so good together, and I'm so very, very excited. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the pattern. Now, I'm not going to gauge swatch before starting, but Stephen did mention in his intro video that you can use your first clue as your gauge swatch, and that is what I'm going to be doing. So, but just so you know, the gauge is 24 stitches and 48 rows per 4 inches or 10 centimeters in garter stitch. So, and that's going to be before blocking. So that's the gauge that I'll be aiming for. But we'll see. It's not, I mean, it's a shawl, you know, so it's not like, gauge is not like super, super important. But I will check my gauge at some point and include one. And so, as I mentioned, this year, Stephen is introducing the mohair dare. And I have no idea where this is going to come into the pattern, but I'm excited to use it. And what's cool is this will be my first time using any of these yarns, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to skeining up the mohair because, y'all, this looks, ooh, this looks pretty tedious. Yeah, but anyway, we'll be fine. We'll get through it. I'm going to wind this up very, very slowly. Yeah, because winding up mohair terrifies me. So we'll see how that goes. If you all know like the best way to wind up mohair, definitely let me know. Okay, so, and for the mohair, you will need at least 25 grams. And I think he was mentioning that it would go with the contrasting color. So my contrasting color is going to be the dark plum. And so, and then this mauve here will be the contrasting color. I'm sorry, did I get that backwards? No, the main color will be this mauve color. So I'm thinking the mohair needs to coordinate with the contrasting color, I think. But either way, I think it's going to look absolutely gorgeous. And so I was looking at the PDF and the video that Stephen sent out, and he mentioned how like he encourages people to share photos of their progress. However, he wants you to use like if you're going to post on Instagram, the first photo should be the MKAL photo or logo. So he does encourage you to use the logo photo that he put out. And, you know, you put your progress picture as the second picture. But here's the problem with that. When it comes to Instagram, if you've already seen the first picture, when you scroll through again, you will see that second picture on your homepage. You might even see the third picture on your homepage. So it's like people are trying not to spoil the shawl, but if you're scrolling through your Instagram, you'll probably still see a spoiler. So what do? Just keep that in mind. So if you are making this, just, you know, keep in mind that you might see the spoiler, but or you can just avoid social media. I don't know how you want to handle that, but yeah, so that is definitely something to keep in mind. But also, there is a discussion thread on Ravelry, and I believe there is, let's see here. Yeah, so there's going to be two groups. There's going to be the Ravelry discussion thread group, and then there's going to be like one for showing off your shawl progress. I think it's either two, it could be one combined, but either way, if Instagram's not your thing, definitely check out the Ravelry group page, and you can see all sorts of updates and things like that. I am behind. I am definitely behind, but he has released, let's see, today is October 11th, and at this point, like, Clue 2 has come out. But I did have a lot of fun picking out the yarn, and it's crazy because I picked out the yarn before the make along started. But my body decided to rebel against me, and so that's why I got started late. But I went to my local yarn shop, which is Yarn Parlor, and I got a ton of help picking out colors. Diane, the store owner, she was so helpful, and I just took my time and I pulled different things off of the wall and put colors together. And I had about, I don't know, like 8 to 10 different colors that I was thinking. And I was having a hard time trying to like find the contrast between colors and making sure that the contrast is deep enough, you know, or different enough. And so I narrowed it down to like 6, yeah, 3 pairs, 6 yarns. And so I took it up to Diane, and she was like, I don't think there's no contrast there. So we did this little trick where you take a picture of your yarn, you take a picture of your contrasting yarn, and then you turn the picture into a black and white photo. And that's how you can tell whether there's enough contrast between the colors. And so she was so helpful, because I thought I had picked out a really nice contrasting mix, but no, it was not. It was not a good contrasting mix. And so she really helped me with that. And she also mentioned that on, I think, Thursday mornings and on Saturdays, they have like groups and stuff, and people are working on the project together and everything like that. And so she's like, look, if you need any help, just come over here. There will always be somebody to help you out if you get stuck on any clues or anything like that. So yay, I really appreciated that because I feel like I'm going to need her. I definitely feel like I'm going to need her. So it'll be nice to have somebody that I can reach out to and ask questions and stuff like that. And she was telling me to like not freak out about not finishing, because let's see, it was last Thursday I was admitted into the hospital, and I was having chest pains and muscle spasms and all kinds of ridiculous stuff. And yeah, and it happened to be the first day of the make along. I went to the hospital the first day of the make along. Like, I was so excited to get started, and then I couldn't. And so, and then I was put on medication, and like, like it was, yeah, I couldn't do anything. But anyway, I'm off that medication now, and now we're on Clue 2. But I'm going to get started. I am determined. And one thing that Diane was telling me, because she likes these MKALs. One, because she likes to make the MKAL along with her customers so she can answer questions for them and stuff like that. But also she just loves complicated, challenging knitting projects. And she was telling me that she usually doesn't finish her pattern or her MKAL. She usually doesn't finish until like mid-November. So I was like, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better, because I am definitely not finishing on time this year. But as you know, you can't just go into the yarn shop and buy one or two things. You got to come out with a whole bag full of yarn. And that's exactly what I did. So she had some other yarn in there that I picked up. And so I picked up this Cascade Yarns 220 Superwash Sport Weight. And it's always nice to find sport weight yarn because sometimes you just can't find it. So I really like that. And let's see, the color for this one is 807. And I looked it up and that is color raspberry. And so it is 100% superwash merino wool, 50 grams each, 1.75 ounces, 136 yards, 125 meters. And so she only had 3 of these and I took all 3 of them. Typically when I buy yarn, I always have a project in mind. But y'all, this time I didn't. Oh no. But I'm thinking about actually doing a cowl with this. So we'll see. I have a cowl in mind, but I need to narrow it down. And the other thing that I bought was I bought the same yarn, but in this beautiful blue colorway. And this is color number 812, which is turquoise. And so she had 4 of these. I bought all 4 of them. And y'all, I am going to knit my 3rd toasted tee. Yes, I'm excited. Look, here's the thing. A lot of times people, they'll make like the ranunculus sweater like 10 times. Well, you know what? The toasted tee is my ranunculus, okay? I am going to make 10 of these. I love it. It is the perfect t-shirt. And yay, so squishy. Now, the toasted tee requires DK weight yarn. But, so Diane told me that this yarn, it leans more towards a DK weight base. I went to the standard, what is it called? The Yarn Council. Yeah, the Yarn Council website. And I was looking at the different stitches. And this yarn is, let's see, it's 22 to 24 stitches per 4 inches. And when you look at that, it's more like a DK weight. In fact, I could even say a light worsted. This is definitely not a sport weight yarn. I mean, maybe by like, it's barely a sport weight. I would classify this as a DK weight. So that's why I feel comfortable making a toasted tee out of it. But yeah, it is super soft and super squishy and I can't wait to use this yarn. Of course, this was my intro video and I hope to make progress videos, if not once a week, every other week, and just let you all know when I get started with Clue 1. I do have to wind my yarn up, so I definitely am looking forward to that. And I'm just going to keep you all updated as I go through Clues 1 through 4. And yeah, so if you are making this for the first time, definitely let me know. Or if you have made, if you've participated in the MKAL before, let me know. And let me know which ones you did. I would really like to know that. Also, what'd you work on today while watching? Or did you just chill? I love reading you all's comments. I have been trying to catch up on a lot of the comments and stuff like that. I've got like a ton of appointments with specialists and things like that coming up. Yeah. Life is lifing, that's for sure. But, despite what I'm going through, I am just trying to keep a positive attitude. I have my good and not so good days. And I did not talk about what I'm wearing. So this is the Riha sweater, and it is designed by Bash Harry of the Harry Knit. And this was a sweater that I test knit for her. And so if you want to know all about it, I will put a link to that video below. And also, if you have missed that video, I'm gonna show you a little preview of it. I feel like my back looks so wide in this sweater. If you have some scrap yarn lying around, this scarf would be perfect for your scrap yarn and your leftovers. Thank you all so much for clicking that notification bell and for liking my videos. I really do appreciate it. Also, if you would like to get exclusive bonus videos, go ahead and click that join button below. Each level has different perks that goes along with it. And also check out my YouTube community tab. I ask a lot of fun questions there. And I just love you all's honesty. I really do. And just how respectful you all are to each other. In fact, this morning I just posted another one. And a lot of times, like, I don't necessarily always have the questions planned out. It's kind of like, you know, if I'm watching another video or if I'm reading something or whatever, a lot of times I will just think of a question and I'm like, I wonder what else other people are thinking. And so, you know, I'll just go ahead and post it. And you all do such an excellent job with your responses. And also, I wanted to thank you all so much for the patterns that I've been getting through my Ravelry Wishlist. And if you would like to purchase a pattern for me, I will leave that below as well. So until next time, bye.